Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my third day of Craftmas, and in this video I put HTV on a burlap wine bag. If you are giving wine for a gift this Christmas, these would be great to package it in. You could also personalize it with the name of whoever you're giving it to. I found these on Amazon and I'll link it down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and don't forget to check out my Patreon account for images like this one. First, I'm going to click on Uploads and select my SVG. I'm using Making Spirits Bright, which I thought was perfect for a wine bag, and I'm going to make this smaller. This is a Patreon image if you are interested in my Patreon account. First, you can see that everything is grouped together on the side. So what I want to do is click on Ungroup, and it will ungroup all of these layers so we can change different things with this SVG. I want to change the colors of these, but I also want to move some things around as well. But first, I want to show you that making is separate from the dot on the eye. The same thing with bright. And I'll hit undo, and for spirits these are all separate. So for me, what I want to do first is just weld all these together so it'll make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to select on this dot and hit Control on my keyboard and hit making, and I'm going to weld these together. So I'll do the same thing for these as well. I'll select all of these. I'm just hitting Control on my keyboard again, and you can see it's highlighting it in the layers panel. And I'm going to weld that together, and then I'll weld this one together too. That'll make it just a little bit easier. Now I want to move making in just a little bit and bright in just a tiny bit. The next thing I want to do is start changing the colors. So I'm going to select on making, and I am going to change it to red. And then spirits, I'm going to do it green. I'm using glitter red and green iron-on vinyl for these. And then I'll do this red. So now the last thing I want to do is change the color of the ornaments. But what I want to do is I want this bottom part to be black, and I want the bulb to be different colors. And you can see over here these are just one layer. So I need to duplicate and contour these to get these to work. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one. Oh, these are also separate, these little slashes in here. So I'm actually going to select those, hit Control. I'm going to weld these two. It just makes it a lot easier. I'm going to go do that with all of these. Okay, I have all those welded together. So now I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit duplicate. Then I'm going to go down to contour. And I'm going to select this top one first and click out of here. So you can see it separated this. But I want this little piece also separated. So what I'm going to do is I am going to come over to this one. I'm going to hit contour. And I'm going to hide everything but the last piece. For this one, I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit contour, and I am going to select these pieces. There we go. So it separated those. When you contour, you just kind of have to play around with it a little bit to get it how you like it. So for this bulb, I'm going to make it green. I feel like I did that really fast, so I'll do the same thing for the other three bulbs as well. So now we have these separated. I could put them put it right up against each other, or I could leave a little space too. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other three. I'm going to select this and hit duplicate. Then I'm going to go to contour, and I'll just go ahead and hide those. Then I'm going to click on this one and hide all of them but this piece. I think I'll do this one red, and then I'll just do the same for these. Now what I want to do is make these bulbs just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. And you can kind of just play around with it however you like it. Then I'm going to select all of this and I am going to size this. I'm going to make it 5 inches wide. And that makes it about 6 inches for the height. Okay, now I'm ready to click on Make It. I'm going to zoom in. You can see all these tiny little black pieces. I am going to move these out. I always like to do this because it's easier to cut these off afterwards. I'm going to mirror all of these images. I'm just going to move these around too. So I'll click mirror, and then the last one is this one here. And I'll click mirror as well. Now I'm going to select continue. The black pieces, I am just going to do regular iron-on, and the other two I'll do glitter. So I am just going to select everyday iron-on, and I'll show you how I cut these pieces out. I placed my black Caesar Easy Weed shiny side down on my green mat. It'll go to the glitter iron-on, so I'm going to select everyday iron-on and select glitter iron-on. I'm using red and green glitter Caesar Easy Weed. I place that shiny side down as well and have the Cricut cut out my design. I start weeding out my design. I recently got this trash can from the company Lots of Style, and it's amazing for easily throwing away all of my weeded out vinyl. I have a coupon code for 30% off through November 17th, so only a couple more days, and I will leave that link in the description box below. I also just love my self-healing mat for weeding out vinyl. I'll have that linked below as well. I set my Easy Press 2 to 305 at 30 seconds for the burlap material. I got these bags from Amazon. You get 10 bags for $11.99. I set the bag on my Easy Press mat and I decided to tie up those string ties first. I didn't want to put the design up too high where I couldn't see the image once it was closed. I preheat my bag with the Easy Press. If you watched my Christmas apron video, I'm going to make this in a very similar way. First, I like to line up my whole design on the bag, then I take the pieces off and press over them separately. I place the Teflon sheet over my design and press for about half the time, just enough for the vinyl to stick onto the bag, then take the carrier sheet off. I do that for every press until the last one, and that one I do for the full 30 seconds. And here's how it looks. I just love the glitter HTV for Christmas projects. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hit the bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. And check out my Patreon account in the description box below if you would like to support my channel even further. And there is some perks as well when you join. And have a great day.